So I don't think I'm that different from other people, other than what you'll see is something that only I have made, or this is my studio space. And as you can see, that experimentation is really the biggest part of what I think I do. And that's where the magic comes from. And I used to think that art was a bit ridiculous, to be honest. People talking about things like myself, even talking about things like mark making. Mark making, it sounded so fancy, but really all it is just taking these pencils, taking paints. Like when you were a kid, you weren't self-conscious about it until a certain age. And that happened for us all at different points, unless you had the luxury or benefit of being raised by artists. But it is just something that's fun to jump back into. And so I am trying something different right now as an experiment right now, is that I am doing voiceover while I look at video that I shot. That's not different than what a lot of other people do, but it's different for me because I have been doing a lot more of the commentating while I'm doing work. And the day that I did this, I just decided to dive in, and I started with dollar store. This was some work that I did where it was a single line drawing of the scream, public domain work, and I did single line blind contour drawing. So I looked at the painting and I just did it in one single continuous line. I moved on to the Mona Lisa. And then after, I ended up taking it, putting it into Adobe Fresco and adding some color to it. Did some modifications on it because some weird stuff happened. I can talk about another time. Some more dollar store. This is just blind contour work in a cheap dollar store book. So you draw things, you look at them, and you don't look at the paper. And sometimes it feels intimidating to use up nice stuff, so dollar store books are fantastic. This was one that I did, oh yeah, that one, called it Box Kite Larry. It actually looks like my cat Clarice, but I had shared this back when I had other stuff on social media. That's, Mindhunter picture. But I shared that Box Kite Larry one, and I ended up getting somebody from Florida. Oh, this is Marilyn Monroe. Somebody from Florida asking me to send art in for a kite event or something. It was fun. But yeah, the dollar store books are great for just sketching, scribbling. I don't know what's in that one. Oh, that was just felt tip marker in that one. But I don't feel as concerned when I'm trying to get back into the studio. Sometimes it feels a bit intimidating. Why is there a lull here? All right, we're back. So this is a black Canson white, I think Signo pen. And that book's a little bit more pricey. And so was the pen. So sometimes there can be an intimidation factor to doing this kind of work because it's nice paper and it feels fancy. That one I was just doing some loop and some cursive, and I really like working on black paper. That one's fun. Oh, this is a single line drawing. So these, what I like about doing them so much is it's almost like, well, it depends on your skill level, but you put the pen down and you go, and you don't stop drawing until you're finished, or until you're finished, you don't pick the pen up. So you just keep running the pen around. That's the same with this one. So it can help bring a loose feel. It can help you let go, but I suppose if you really wanted to take your time and get a death grip on the pen. You could take 4 hours to do a single line drawing. I'm not advising that, but there's no rules. You can do what you want. Oh, and if you just notice the magic of editing, these were some abstract paintings. I had put some orange, I think Holbein gesso down, and then I started adding different layers of paint, some high flow acrylics. There's some portrait liquid, portrait color, like skin color, liquid acrylic. And yeah, I really like that one. That's the golden high flow acrylics in, I think it's an indigo, super dark stain. Yeah, and different states of completion. This one's been there for quite a while. I struggled with these, but that's also why I like abstract a lot, is because they are challenging. Oh, there's my pajamas. But I really like the challenge of abstracts. Here's a look at the orange gesso that I used, which is nice because underpainting, having color peek through, that's another thing. If you haven't worked with it, underpainting is just what it sounds like. You start with a paint and then you start layering over it. And then the one that you started with, the undercolor, it's an underpainting. Nothing fancy, but there are some really interesting effects that come from working with it. So those ones I also had done some scribbling and some stuff on the top, and I'll get back to them. It is kind of stressful sometimes seeing them sitting there, but it's just paint, it's just paper, it's just canvas. Now this one was a tiny little canvas that I painted those figures on there with that humongous brush. I just wanted to try it just to see what happens, because a lot of the struggle that you'll find a lot of, not all, but a lot of artists have, is trying to paint loose. So painting with a ginormous brush on a ridiculously small canvas forces you to let go of some control. And letting go of control is one of my biggest battles in art. That's why I keep doing it. It helps me learn how to deal with that in the rest of life. But aside from that, I hope you get scribbling, scraping, painting, whatever. Like the screen showed, try out the scrap paper, maybe dive into the recycling, the clean stuff, scribble on the back of an envelope. I don't know, grab a Post-it note. There's all sorts of things that you can use. Highlighters, yeah, Sharpies, other felt tip pens, whatever you have around. Just try to have fun. And you don't have to show it to anybody. That's a great place to start too. You don't need to put it out on display until you feel like you're ready. And if you aren't, you can just do it for yourself. That works too. But having fun splashing around, making a bit of a mess, that's a great place to start. And I hope it brings some joy into your life somehow, or sparks some creativity or curiosity, makes you want to go pick something up and get playing again. I know it helps me a lot, regardless of whether I'm going to share it on YouTube or not, or anywhere. It helps me, and I hope it helps you. Got any questions? Let me know. Drop a comment. And thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.